In 1944, Warsaw was no longer one city. Above ground, streets that once connected families, schools, churches, and markets had become unreliable from one hour to the next. Adults still had maps, but the maps showed streets, and the safest roads were no longer on paper. They were below the city, hidden in cellars, service corridors, tram shelters, crawl spaces, and damp underground passages. That was where a 13-year-old Polish boy named Michael became important. He was not a soldier. He was not a commander. He was a frightened child with a worn coat, a small flashlight, a folded map, and a piece of chalk in his pocket. But Michael remembered what adults had missed. He remembered the cellar door that had to be lifted before it opened, the low beam where people had to duck, the chalk mark near the cold pipe, the sound of water under the old tram line, and the narrow passage that only made sense if you had walked it before. When families were trapped in isolated shelters, Jan, a Polish Resistance Evacuation Coordinator, needed more than a paper map. He needed someone who knew the hidden Warsaw beneath the streets. Michael stepped forward. One group followed him, then another, then more. He led them slowly, telling them where to step, when to stay silent, and when to keep one hand on the wall. When the old route failed, he did not pretend the map was still right. He stopped, listened, marked a new sign with chalk, and found another way through. Nurses, scouts, workers, and shelter contacts helped him turn memory into a system. By the end, Michael had not simply guided people through darkness. He had helped turn Warsaw's underground tunnels into a human chain of survival.